Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Console Overwatch Multi-Tier Tournament. My name is Bullskunk, alongside ChefBilly, and we are here in Tier 4 for the Grand Finals. Winner takes all. Here we go, the ultimate showdown, Billy. Krazy 88's taking on Gliding Chimps. Who's going to be crowned the king?
Boy, based off the regular season, you have to look at Krazy 88's right now. They are the higher seed here.
Yep.
But the Tier 4 scene was so damn competitive that it's anybody's match. I mean, it went back and forth throughout the most of the season. I mean, Krazy 88's staying defeated. They all came in with 8-1 records going into the playoffs. So, I mean, you kind of have to give a little bit of a leg up to 88's here. But the Chimps have been on a tear through the playoffs, and I think that this is going to be a 7-map, if not more, barn burner here tonight.
Yeah, the Krazy 88's ranked number 2, Gliding Chimps coming in at rank 5, but don't let that fool you. There was only one loss separating these two teams. Krazy 88's one of the 3 8-1 teams that are in the Tier 4 division. Super tight division, very competitive all season long. Gliding Chimps coming in 7-2. I'd have to agree with you. It's anybody's game here. Gliding Chimps with a very dominant victory over C4 there in the semifinals to punch their ticket here into this Grand Finals match. Krazy 88 came out with a narrow 3-2 map 5 thriller to take down No Sympathy there in the semifinals. Oof. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be a close one. We take a look at our playoff picture here. You kind of see what led our teams here to this spot, here to this fateful day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just been a slug out throughout the entire season. I mean, really the top teams here in Tier 4 really were the top teams, and they just really distanced themselves from the rest of the pack. And I mean, it has been just one of the better playoff scenarios that we've seen across the tiers, where the teams that are expected to do what they're expected to do have done it. I think that the Gliding Chimps, I think that they really showed up and really put on a performance in dominating fashion over C4 in the semifinals. So I think that you've really got to kind of give a slight edge to them there. As I go back a little bit on myself there, it's going to be so close.
Gliding Chimps put up a very dominant performance that we covered against Danny DeVito there in the quarterfinals. And Danny DeVito was one of those 8-1 teams. That was a higher seed, had the better record, and Gliding Chimps absolutely dominated that entire match. They set the pace from the get-go and never took their foot off the gas. So, I mean, the capability is certainly there. I am hyped. I'm hyped to see what these two teams bring. I love Krazy 88's style. They seem to come out and do a good job of getting those little early jabs in, and then they kind of kite back and wait for the counter punch. They're really good at this strategy, at this kind of philosophy on their approach. Gliding Chimps just seem to be pure aggression. So this will be a good matchup.
Indeed, I mean the push and pull that you see from Krazy 88's, it's almost like an assassin strike. You go in there, you try to get the little knife in the throat, and then dart back.
Yeah.
Almost like Arya Stark in Game of Thrones. The girl has no face. They have no face when they get one of these lightning quick frags. So the aggression and the coordination of gliding chimps versus the yin and yang, the push and pull of Krazy 88. So that's going to be the matchup tonight. And then we're going to start it out on Lijiang Tower, the control map, as that is the map that Krazy 88's have started. So we're going to go ahead and get into the map here, and let's see what we got going on here.
Well, it's a good opportunity just to remind everybody that this is a high seed chose the first map, but we're going to a loser pick format from there. Through hybrid, assault, escort, and down on the table here in a best of 4 matchup.
Indeed, and then the loser does pick the map, but the winning side gets to choose whether or not they go on to attack or defense after the losers of the map have chosen. So there's always the strategy there, and we've been harping on this the entire. Nobody can decide whether being the attacker or being the defender is the absolute truth or the absolute way to go. So we're gonna see what they come out with tonight here in one of the more premier divisions in the CGL.
Yeah, I think defense is the safer approach. Attack has the ability to really demoralize, but you've got to execute.
You do have to execute, and we're here on Night Market, one of our favorite Lijiang maps, Bullskunk.
Absolutely.
I'm really interested. I want to see what they come out with. I want to see a Pharah, and I think I got one.
We are going to get a Pharah from the Gliding Chimpanzees, Symmetra Strats from Krazy 88's as they go right onto the objective. Milkoy pulling out that Doomfist. We have seen him absolutely wreak havoc on the Doomfist so far this season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he has been one of the better DPS on the Numbani Fifth Spider, and you know, getting these Symmetra turrets set up around the gate here is going to make ingress from the Chimps very hard.
Schmido finds first blood here in our grand finals. Follows it up with a nice kill on to Milkoy to take the Doomfist off the battlefield. Trying to see if they can get the Sim. Sim whittled down low. And K striking right back. Oh my goodness. Both of Chimp's tanks fall in a crazy turn despite being 2 men down. Krazy 88's get themselves right back in this fight. What a turn of events, Billy.
K got absolutely charged to the heavens and just was lasering people down. Schmido really had no opportunity to fend off that. Not that, and you know, having Hinami on the Moira just sucking the life out of her, there was no place she could go. But Schmido's already gotten the barrage up online.
On the other side, we've got the Photon Barrier Zany already with an Earth Shatter doing work. Throws it down, finds 2 with that. Going to immediately go and swing and get the follow kill onto the Moira, but the barrage from the other side, trying to answer back. 2 kills go that way. Milkoy tilts the balance, takes the Pharah out of the air, but the res comes through. 4v4 left on the objective, 36% and counting on the board. Incredible's going to throw in the Phlox, see if they can find an opening for the Chimpanzees to move in and take this point, but the Coalescence from Hinami shuts that thought down immediately.
I mean, Hinami and K right now are a dynamic duo of an off tank and a main healer, and boy, are they putting out the damage right now. That is lasering at its finest. You know, Schmido did get a little bit of value onto the barrage that he threw in there, but man, I mean, you've got to think, you know, Milkoy switching over to the McCree is going to make Schmido's life hell in this next ingress.
We have the Graviton Surge Sound Barrier online for Krazy 88 as well. Coming back in, Schmido's going to find opening pick. Valkyrie used right out of the gate. The Moira goes down for Chimps, so they've lost some of their sustain. That doesn't mean they're quite out of this thing, as the res is still available. Shimino's going to go in and find the kill onto Squishaloon. K does eventually take him out of the sky, but I worry for Krazy 88 that they might have lost too much. No need to worry. K right there with the Zarya charged up. Zany with a massive Earth Shatter, running Incredible Hero all the way back out. And the swap to Reinhardt, well, it wasn't enough on that push. Another great pull-up of that Bootstraps fight here from Krazy 88's. My goodness.
I mean, we had the same exact exclamation ready to go there. My goodness, Bullskunk. I mean, Schmido was getting such value, even with K and Milkoy just focusing, still getting the frags out onto the point, but they never got the flip. 100-0. That's kind of surprising, as we see that I've been asked for a pause from Mod. So, you know, let's talk about what we just saw there. And man, I mean, the aggression was there, and you pointed out in the beginning that they do these little dart out strikes, and a lot of it was, you know, either K throwing out a very high charged energy grenade coming out of her gun, or it was Hinami on the Moira getting the skill orb out there and starting to tickle the damage. And I mean, they just never had the opportunity to really fully aggress onto the point, and the Mei was really a non-factor. They kited around walls, they kited around everything. They never got the chance to throw a blizzard in there. They couldn't get onto the point.
And another one to point out is K on the Zarya. The Zarya versus what was originally an Orisa Sigma, then turned into an Orisa Reinhardt duel. But the Zarya was just providing so much value, getting charged up real quick, staying at the high energy, and using it to full effect, burning people down, found multiple kills every engagement. It was just too much damage in the brawl composition for Chimps to try to push in and retake.
Yep, absolutely. So I have been asked to unpause now. They're good to go. Maybe they got their party issues sorted out. So we'll go ahead and get back into it. As we head to Control Center, you got to right now throw the advantage to the side of Krazy 88's with K on this Zarya. The brawl comp is absolutely working right now.
Yeah, looking strong on the Reinhardt as to be expected from Krazy 88's. Definitely give them the edge here at Control Center and perhaps the map in general. We'll see if that trend continues as we continue through the payload maps and the objective-based maps. We start seeing a little bit more double shield, but for right now, the Reinhardt working for him.
I mean, we do see a double shield coming out from the Chimps, and I mean, I think this is a good call. You know, using the Halt into a Fire Strike is going to be one of the bigger combo wombos that you're going to see coming out of them. I mean, it's great. It gets the charge up for the Reinhardt so very fast.
Oh, man, the early jabs from Krazy 88's open things up nicely there. No need to fall back. They just continue to keep swinging, landing the blows, and picking up the early control, assuming somebody goes back to actually touch the point.
It looks like Butters is going to go ahead and get back there. Butters, get out of the point! But seriously, a little South Park reference there. But I'm liking the rotation that I'm seeing right now. I mean, you know, the first fight there, you know, those jabs that come in from nowhere and just, you know, assassinates one of the Chimps. That's a great wall from Squishaloon. Oh my goodness.
Big charge from Zany, going in, putting the pressure down on Incredible Hero. Reinhardt down for Chimpanzees as they look to try to push in. Brig caught a little bit out. He's got to run away, but here comes the Shatter. Oh, the big opening there. That's going to find two. Looked like it was going to be even worse for Chimps than it was, though, in the end of the day, kill feed lighten up for Krazy 88's.
Yep, they're going to have to progress back really fast. And Milkoy actually invested his Deadeye into it and didn't really get anything out of it. I think he may have wanted to keep that in the pot, but maybe a little bit of lack of shot calling there from Krazy 88's, as you know, the Shatter just did so much damage into that.
But Milkoy did pick off the May. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. They're gonna May's gonna make it back into the battle, get some work done there. I thought there might have been a small opportunity there, but I was mistaken. Coalescence used 4 members of Chimpanzees get through the choke. They're going to need that Coalescence to help survive this Graviton Surge. Incredible Hero goes down, but so does Zazzy on the Orisa. One-man edge to Krazy 88's as they hold this door.
Yep, I mean, that was just a nice counterbalance of ultimates going into each other. You know, the Blizzard into the Graviton Surge just played to perfection. Not enough healing to be able to keep up the members of the Chimps there. So you've got to think, you know, they've invested now. Mods has invested the rally into this. Nice wall coming out from Squishaloon.
Dragons invested into the mix. Supercharger thrown down by the Chimps. They're going to try to push in. Got to get around their own Maywall and start things off. Blizzard comes out. It looked like it just found Zany. Good bubble to get him out of harm's way, but not for long. The wall there to prevent the healing. And as the overtime wake starts to burn, Gliding Chimps finally getting their feet under themselves here on Control Center.
You know, there was one fight there that they invested in. You know, they pushed a lot of ultimates out, though. They invested the Supercharger and the Blizzard and the Rally to initiate the fight. And, I mean, Schmido also used his Dragon Strike through that. You've got to think that the what a wall, that the ultimate advantage right now is going to be on the side of them.
Woo, 4-man Shatter there for Incredible. Coalescence thrown in the mix to try to burn him down. Zany super low. Hanami all over it with the healing. Getting Zany back into this fight, who now has an Earth Shatter of their own. Krazy 88's able to weather that storm. They're going to throw a Deadeye back. The Shatter back. Immediately pick up 2 kills. Dragons coming across the point. Dragons find 3. Schmido catching the aggression perfectly. Follows it up with 2 beautiful kills with the bow. Schmido. Excellent performance to hold on here for the Chimps.
I mean, they went all in on that, too. And Schmido basically single-handedly took out the entire side of Krazy 88's, and now they're passing 50%. It looks like the ultimate advantage may swing into their favor here, as they're going to probably have the Rally and the Coalescence coming up very soon, and another Blizzard for King Dollar.
Early May wall. Here comes the Graviton Surge for Krazy 88. So they're going to go in through the Blizzard right on top of it. Everybody dissolves with a quickness under all of that damage. The front line is already pressed onto the objective. Getting the flip. Here comes the overtime wick. We'll see if anybody can get back. The ball switch. Can he make it back? No, he cannot make it back. Krazy 88. They're going to take Lijiang Tower.
That was a study in measured aggression coming out from Krazy 88. I mean, really, one good fight from the Chimps, and they flipped it over, and single player performances there notwithstanding, you have to give the edge right now to Krazy 88's. Now this is just control, and we need to see what's going to happen as they move forward through the more technical parts of our grand finals tonight. We're going to see where we're going next. As I ask Mods, Thunder, where we're going to go.
Where are we going, Mods? You got to tell us. You got to tell us where we're going. Hybrid will be our next map. Gliding chimpanzees get to choose between what Kings Row, Hollywood, and Eichenwald are the options here in the finals. Really from throughout playoffs.
Yep, indeed.
While we're waiting on the map selection to come through, I want to take a moment and talk about the experimental card, because there's big changes looking like they're on the horizon. Have you seen this, Billy? They're completely taking away Briggs armor packs. I mean,
yeah.
Massive change on the experimental card right now, and could really shake up all of the metas.
Yep, you can't preload your DPS characters or your tanks or anybody else up with the extra health or the extra armor going into fights now. That's going to be a massive change for Tracer, Doomfist, Sombra. The three off the top of my head, that's going to be massive. Also the Diva. Diva is getting her micro missiles cooldown time taken, or the DM time taken down from like 1.235 or whatever seconds down to 1 flat. And then also the time that the micro missiles will actually shoot, that little pause in the animation has also been reduced.
Right, so it's a more of an immediate response.
Exactly. Looks like we're going to go to Kings Row.
The other one with Diva is they decrease the cooldown on her defense matrix quite considerably.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I mean, Diva players rejoice right now as your favorite flying mech hero gets to come back onto the scene in a big way, I think. And wow, I mean, just the I guess the ability to be aggressive and chase down people with the boosters, with the DM, and with the micro missiles being on a much faster responsiveness. I think that you're going to be able to chase down those heroes that were able to get away from you before, and also mitigate the damage that they're trying to get into you as you are chasing them down.
Yeah, it's going to shake it up quite a bit. I hope y'all enjoyed Dive while we saw it, because I think it's going to go away.
I think so too.
Unfortunately, with Brig getting nerfed like she is. Anyway, back to the here and now.
Right.
Gliding Chimps. Well, they're going to take us to jolly old England. I think this is a good pick.
Yep, and it looks like now we are going to switch sides as the Krazy 88's want to go on to the attack.
Ooh.
So Wizard is going to come in, but he's going to come into the healer role.
Okay. Wizards, we've seen traditionally play DPS for Gliding Chimps.
That is a very interesting swap for us here.
Hey, I respect the flexibility.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I get us set up here, I think that maybe it's just a comfort pick. Maybe there's a strategy here, more of a DPS healer. I'm not sure. I think that it's going to be very interesting to see how he plays into the role, and we will find that out as soon as I get everybody swapped around here. We got a very full lobby.
with the bunker composition playing like it has been, especially with Baptiste and Zen being a very prominent and popular in the support role, having somebody who can click heads in that line, I mean, that makes sense. You're putting a lot of damage forward characters in your support roles, and it's important to get the early picks. If you allow the opposite team the time to close the gap, you're pretty much done.
Indeed, that's the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to is how are they going to shore up the support line, because they seem to be, most of the time it was usually a support or a DPS that went out first. It wasn't ever really the tanks first. They kind of circumvented the shielding and the bubbling and got around to it and got into the DPS and into the back line.
Also going to be keeping a sharp eye on the tank selection here. Kings Row can go either way as far as your Reinhardt Zarya Brawl comp, traditional double shield bunker, or something in between.
Indeed. I'm really interested to see if if Schmiedo's gonna bring out, I guess, the Farah again. Saw a lot of value, even though they did not win the map there. Got a lot of value there on Night Market. So I'm gonna send us into King's Row here now and figure out what exactly gliding chimps are gonna do. I think that they just need to really coalesce around each other and watch for the flanks that are a hallmark of what Krazy 88's does. You know, this pick and slash and then kite back. They haven't really picked it up yet. So we need to see if they're going to be able to get to that, or if it's going to be more of the same.
We'll get Chimps starting us off on the defense here, so picking up the blue jerseys. Wizards coming in on the Mercy roll. So that's kind of an interesting pick for a DPS player. Not really what I was expecting. Tank's coming out showing us a little double shield. King Dollar on the May. Schmiedo picking up the Ash.
I do like the Baptiste pick here, especially with all the ultimate barrages that they were dealing with. You know, the stacking of ultimates was really quite well done from Krazy 88's there on the at Lijiang. So maybe, you know, having the Baptiste here, being able to neutralize and kind of mitigate all that damage coming in, may give them that edge moving forward on this defense.
Coming out of the offense, Krazy 88's pulling out the ride Zarya. No big surprise. We've seen him utilize this composition a lot this year. With the Reaper and the Hanzo. So interesting choices there in the DPS role. Squishaloon on the Reaper. Immediately going to try to push through the hotel here. Right now, just kind of hanging out. Gets the go side, and he's off to the races, trying to find something in the back line. Does get it. Baptiste goes down. Milkoy finding the kill on Schmiedo, coming through from the front. The pincer move works like a charm here for Krazy 88's.
You know, I like that high ground stance coming out of Incredible Hero. I thought that was a brilliant move. But once again, we were talking about this before we came on the air. Hinami on the Ana is so laser precise with the anti-nades that, man, you really have to watch coming in against this against the Egyptian healer. If your shielding is not proper and if your positioning is not right, you are going to be antied. You're going to be melted down in a hurry.
Ryan Sigma now being shown to us here from Chimpanzees as they take a very aggressive posture right under the point 2 arch. Zany Legend coming up on an Earth Shatter. Nano Boost coming online as Krazy 88's start their attack into the streets phase. Get past the May wall. Throw down the Earth Shatter. That finds 3. Gets around the shield somehow. And Zany Legend finds both kills with 1 Fire Strike. Immortality Field thrown in the back, but Ninja chased right on out of it. He falls under the weight of that hammer. And it's full steam ahead for Krazy 88's.
Yep, indeed. And I mean, Squishaloon getting into the back line and just harassing Wizards on the Mercy and not able to kite back fast enough. Then the Shatter coming from the other way. I mean, if they're working this pincher move so very well right now, they don't know which way to look.
Dragons and Nano Boost online here. Didn't have to use that Nano in that last fight. Milkoy finds an early kill. What an injury frag to start things off. Gets it past both shields. That's going to get Rez out early from the defense. Squish, 97% towards that Death Blossom. Oh, he had just used his Wraith. He cannot get out of the Blizzard. Schmiedo with the final blow. K falls in that Blizzard as well. And now Gliding Chimps moving forward, reclaiming the streets of King's Row.
What a fantastically placed Blizzard, knowing that the bubbles from K were already used, and the Wraith being used also by Squishaloon. That is a easy 2K for them. Also, you know, Hinami slept the Bob right as he came out. You know, he kind of got in there and got his charge, and then Hinami just slept him and took all the value out of him.
Gravitic Flux from the defense here to open things up. That's going to get Sound Barrier out of Inferno Burno. Squishaloon not able to get that extra shielding, goes down. Looked like he tried to use his Death Blossom. I didn't even hear a single die come out. I think Schmiedo was ready and waiting. Graviton Surge Dragon combo coming out. The Counter Shatter, I don't think it's going to be enough. The Immortality Field does save the Gliding Chimps, though. At least temporarily. Then Zany Legend and K move in and clean up what Milkoy had started.
Yeah, and once again, Hinami is an absolute assassin on this Ana character, getting another massive anti-nade, actually killing somebody with the nade itself, and then they just had a lot of cleanup. going into it. So, I mean, that's a very fast 4 minutes and 30 seconds onto the time bank as they progress here on the point B. And you've got to think right now, Zany with this next shatter is going to be massive.
Squishaloon finding first blood. King Dollars goes down. And that's going to open up a lot of room. Don't have to worry about that May anymore. Bob immediately slept. Gets woke up towards the end. They're going to go ahead and take him out. Just kind of puts a little bit of a stall on the attack and allows the Chimps to get their footing back on this front corner. Early Immortality Field used. I think they may want that one back as the Earth Shatter comes through. It's a massive shatter. The follow-up there looks like it is. Milkoy and Zany getting hyper-aggressive on the back of that. Wizards with a gutsy res somehow gets Zazzy up, but only momentarily. And now with a ton of time left on the clock, whew, this thing is getting right on into its final resting place.
You can actually use the Graviton Surge to keep everybody off the point here. Oh my god!
Exactly what happens.
That's a push for Kings Row as fine as you'll see. A little bit of a stall during the streets phase, but they, kited back after they lost those two heroes. That was one of the smarter kite backs that we saw during that. They lost Squishaloon, they lost K, and they just said, okay, we're all going to fall back to the archway and recollect ourselves and then make a push in. And, missing the Gravitic Flux from an incredible hero, I think that was one of the major points that, could have stalled it even longer, but, there was a Maywall that got thrown up in front of it. So it really lost the oomph behind it. Didn't really pick up anybody, and K was able to throw in a Graviton Surge there on the back of that failed Gravitic Flux. And, man, you've got to think right now, the wind is in their sails, possibly looking to go up 2-0 here. But as we know, and as we have seen so much during these playoffs and during the regular season, you never, ever, ever count out the Gliding Chimps. They are going to be coming out with fangs bared and claws extended to get back in this match.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Pseudo-sniper composition here for the defense. Chimps showing us Wilson Ryan Zarya with the Hanzo Reaper as well. Very similar to the composition that Krazy 88's rolled out with. We'll see if Schmido and King Dollar can get the job done here in the DPS role.
I really like the Ash pick from Milkoy here. I think getting that spam damage in is going to be huge, especially if you get an anti-nade into it. Oh my gosh, Zany is so low
Zany. Right now. Zany has like 1 health. Fortunately, Squishaloon and K getting the job done all around him. Giving time for the supports to get Zany off of that purple and back healed up. Good shooting from Squishaloon in that first engagement.
I mean, the aggression was there. The anti-nade from Ninja was there. I mean, all they had to do was basically blow on Zany, and he would have been down, and that would have been a much better aggression point for them. But you've got to look at the ult charges between the two. Zany is so far ahead of Zazzy right now. There's the shatter down right now.
Finds 2. King Dollar's forced to try to Wraith form out. Everybody hitting their cooldowns to scramble, but there is no haven for Gliding Chimpanzees on that assault.
No, Schmido does get a consolation pick there, and that's going to be a bit of a kite back for Squishaloon to get back from spawn. But, I mean, it's going to be a 6-5 power play for a few seconds here.
Looks like Inferno's cabbing efforts were worth it as they do barely get the 6-man back in time. Nano Boost out from the attackers. Gliding Chimps throwing an Earth Shatter down into the mix. Both Hanzos coming up with kills. 5v5 on the point. Nano Boost thrown on to Zazzy, but he took so much damage, he's forced to back out. And that pretty much devalues the Nano Boost. Incredible Hero flanks through the hotel, finds 2 kills. They're going to get a Graviton Surge invested from Krazy 88's. And then the Chimps are just going to turn around and find the kills.
I mean, that's a great trade of Graviton Surges right there. I think I saw what Kay was trying to do is kind of hold them off the point and stop the progress of capturing the point and maybe give them enough time to get their defense set up here on the streets phase. Squishaloon putting in a lot of spam damage down the alleyway here. They're going to try and get up there to this archway. But, man, the aggression being shown by Chimps right now, this is what I really wanted to see is, are they going to be able to push forward and really take it to the Krazy 88's right now?
They're certainly trying. Krazy doing a good job of just kiting back, but they're forced all the way to the final corner of point B here. Zany coming up on an Earth Shatter. Sound Barrier is already online for Krazy 88's on the defense. Soundbarrier also online for the Chimps, as the cart is just now approaching bookstore.
Right, and Kai, I got a hint from somebody. It's Kai, not K. We really want to see, the Graviton Surge getting up higher. That's a shatter coming out from Zany right there.
Yeah, Nano Boost thrown on as well. But the only kill, well, it was for Chimps, and now they're going to return fire with a big 4-man shatter. Graviton Surge invested as well, but Zazzy with a massive play there on the Reinhardt demolishes Krazy 88's defense.
Holy frick, Zazzy. That's a Matt Fatty Shatty if I have ever seen one. I don't know if you really needed to invest the Graviton Surge there, but
no,
it was
they
invested. And they put the Nano in there as well. So that is 3 off the board. Sound Barrier was also used in the fight as well. So that's 4 off the board to try and get into this next point.
Now, Dragon's just kind of thrown over the point as Shmido's going to turn around and try to match his Zarya's ult charge. Zazzy continuing to put the assault down as they just keep charging through point C. Krazy 88's never even looked like they knew it was coming. They didn't even see the bus that just hit them.
I think they're a little ticked off right now. I mean, you've got to think they've got to make some kind of a stand here. 4 minutes and 5 seconds as they're rounding the first corner here on point C. Squishaloon does have a Dragon Strike available. Kai is getting very close to another Graviton Surge, but man, oh my gosh!
From the top ropes, the 3-man Death Blossom from King Dollar. That just opened things up wide. And look at these time makes. These time makes are almost identical. By the time they get this thing pushed in, we'll see what kind of stall we're going to get out from the defense here.
Milko's going to have to touch first.
And it looks like Krazy 88's getting quite a few members back at the same time. They didn't just do the 1-by-1. In the end, though, Chimps finding the kills. 3 members of the defense immediately go down. Nano Boost onto the Zarya, but it's not enough to hold cart. And indeed, there are but 11 seconds separating these two teams.
I mean, that was okay. Game on, ladies and gentlemen. They are not going to take it laying down. As I alluded to after the first round capture of all 3 points by Krazy 88's, gliding Chimps come out and punch Krazy 88's in the face. I mean, if they showed that kind of aggression coming out at first point, and I mean, they've never really got slowed down in the streets phase. The Krazy 88's had a better first point hold, but boy, did the Chimps just press the accelerator down and never let off. They were in 6th gear the entire time. On the back of Zazzy, just swinging the hammer with reckless abandon and just taking it to the Krazy 88's, and the aggression could not be countered. I love that kind of Rhyme play when you trust in your healers that much. And the healing was there. And the bubbles coming out of Incredible Hero were there. So you've got to just think, game on. We're going to see just a slug-out fight from here on out, Bullskunk.
I like it. I like it. I like the brawly compositions we're getting from both sides. Both sides showing us some Ryan Zarya here as we go into extra innings. Chimps starting us off on the attack, bringing the Reaper and the Hanzo once again. Not a whole lot of changes here.
I mean, why fix it if it's not broken? I mean,
absolutely.
There's no reason to change it. They've got to figure out they've got to be able to spy out King Dollar though, because King Dollar is getting a lot of unsung value on this Reaper.
Ooh, Ninja with a huge anti into the back, finds a kill with the flank nade through the hotel. Shimido then moves in, picks up a kill with the Hanzo. King Dollar, as you were just saying, getting so much value with that Reaper. And Hateful Lady, Krazy 88's, excuse me. Well, they're struggling already here on the defense.
Oh my gosh, that is such a late stagger kill on the Milkoi there too. I don't know if he's going to get the close spawn. I think he's going to be coming all the way from point C. And right now, this is all momentum going in the favor of gliding Chimps. They're going to have to somehow stabilize, maybe using the bookstore here.
Indeed, there's only 5 members of the defense standing. Milkoi swapping over to the Doomfist. We'll get him back into this fight a little bit quicker. And a hero he's very proficient with, as we were talking about there in our opening map. does make it back into the battle before anybody falls. We're back at a full 6v6 in front of the bookstore. Reinhardt's just going hammer to hammer. Zany down super low, and the Immortality Field forced out to try to keep the Reinhardt alive. Dragon's thrown out as 2 members of the defense fall into the bookstore, get a little separated, somehow manage to escape and fall back to the rest of their team, but the pressure's still coming through from the Chimpanzees. Earthshatter gets past the Sigma Shield, finds 2, but I don't know that the follow-up is there. The Ant Matrix, not enough, because the Counter Shatter from the other side devalued that ultimate entirely. And now Krazy 88's really struggling. They're just getting pushed all the way back to the end of streets.
Yep, I mean, this is just pure aggression, and knowing that you can depend on your healers to keep you up through everything. The anti-nade thrown in by Ninja there in the middle of that massive brawl, and King Dollar once again getting in the back and getting around the tank line and just pouring damage in. They've left him unchecked long enough, and they've really got to spy him out, or this is going to be 6 points on the board for the side from Gliding Chimps.
Chimps have to be perfect from here on out. Overtime Wick of Burning already 5 points on the board, and I think they've put up a heck of a showing here. We're going to get the Gritic Flux, start things off of Krazy 88 to try to hold here on the beginning of point C. Milkboy does take down Shimido. King Dollar is trying to respond back, can't quite find the kill. He's going to push in, gets stunned out, gets taken down, and, well, okay. There were still quite a few members of Chimps left there, but I guess they were just forced back off the point. It looked to me like their momentum had passed where the cart was. That really surprised me, Billy.
I mean, Milkboy getting the punch, and maybe it nudged somebody off the point, the actual contact or the actual proximity to the point, to the payload. I'm not sure. That's a bit of a sketchy one there for me, if I'm being completely honest. But also, they were deep into overtime, so maybe the wick burned down just fast enough. They weren't able to get into the proximity of the payload fast enough coming out of that. But still, that is a massive push coming out of Gliding Chimps, wind in their sails. Now we need to see what kind of a defense are they going to bring out, because they kind of got steamrolled in the attack phase, and maybe the confidence of not only full capturing all 3 points in their own attack phase, but pushing it to point 3 and getting a little bit of progress into point C there. Only 2.4 meters, but it's still, they got 2 full points in the extra innings, and you've got to think it's got to be a brawly kind of day that we're going to be looking at for the rest of this match. Pause has been asked for by mods. I am sorry for that, ladies and gentlemen. I just took a look at my computer and I saw that he needed a pause.
Oh, well, good catch. We'll just go back to our cameras here. Talk about what we've seen so far, because that was one heck of a push there from Chimpanzees.
I mean, the aggression shown and the healing coming out. Ninja right now is out doing what we saw Hinami do during the regular seasons. I mean, no slack to what Hinami has been doing tonight, but Ninja just seems to be that much more lethal with the nades coming in right now.
The original attack in the extra innings there, Ninja flanked through Hotel, got the shot down, and then the anti-nade into the back, taking down the Baptiste, and it left over half the team purple. And the defense never was able to recover from that. Once the Baptiste was gone, the rest of the offense just got stormed over. The front line did not have the sustain it needed. And that was all just due to some heads up on a play to start the fight. It was brilliant.
Absolutely, and they just ran past the amplification matrix that was thrown out there on the corner. And once that happened, it was all, I mean, you take out all the value if you just walk past it.
Right. Oh, yeah, especially if you throw a giant earth shatter into the mix and they're all lying flat on their backs. Certainly nothing they can do about it there, which is exactly what we saw there in Streets phase. It was good stuff. I mean, it was really clean. It was a really clean attack, and I think you're happy with that. You're happy with that if you're the Chimps. You had 2 minutes on the board. You got 2 points put up on the board, not to be redundant. But you're happy with that push.
Yep, absolutely. And the player has connected back to their party, so I'm going to go ahead and get us out of this pause here. And let's see what Krazy 88's comes up with to match or beat what Gliding Chimps just did to them.
Milkoi sticking with the Doomfist pick. Here as they make their assault. So far, just getting right into it. No time wasted. First speed boost, jump right on top of the defense. Goes Krazy 88's, living up to their name. Kills coming through for both sides. Defense all lost their brig, but no more Reinhardt here for Krazy as they try to push in, which means they have nothing to shield against Schmido on this Hanzo. And he's just got free reign and landing these arrows true.
Well, I mean, that was a almost kamikaze style first attack there. Throwing all caution to the wind, and the immortality barrier thrown out by Ninja there saved that entire push from them getting any kind of ingress onto the point, because they would have been down in a hurry.
Coming back in, Zany did some work in that last one. Is close to an Earth Shatter here. We are going to get the Ant Matrix coming out early for Chimps as they try to fend off the aggression. Earth Shatter finds 4! Gravitic Flux to follow it up, or Earth Shatter, excuse me, followed up by a Meteor Strike, and that is going to clean up point A, but already 60 seconds eat off the clock here.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we're going to be looking for now, is the Reaper v Reaper battle. Squishaloon and King Dollar are both equal in their ultimates, but, Milkoi has been generating this Meteor Strike very quickly. Kai is going to have Gravitic Flux coming into this, but Hero may be able to counter back with the Graviton Surge, and Schmido, if he gets a couple of head strikes, that could be a Grav Dragon combo that may stop this push in its entirety.
Yeah, Inferno not close enough to a sound barrier to do anything about it if Schmido can get that up quick enough. Gravitic Flux coming out from the offense to start things off. Krazy going to slam him down. Big heal nade to help keep the pack alive, but the Nano Boost thrown on to Kai, and there's nothing they can do to survive that. Great shots with the Hyperspheres to finish off Schmido there at the end.
Oh my goodness, that was absolutely perfectly used, and man, the cooldowns being judiciously judged there by Krazy 88's. They're going to get this second point, I believe. There may be time to recontest.
There's time, and there's ult favor for Gliding Chimpanzees as they come back in. One last fight for King's Row. I can just feel it right here. Death Blossom into the back. Squishaloon, no, gets taken out. Milkoi does find a kill. Here comes the Grav Dragons from the defense. There's nothing there to defend against. Inferno gets his sound barrier as he dies. Oh, the check mark literally pops up as he falls to the ground. The game-saving sound barrier. No, you can't take it with you, Inferno.
Oh my gosh, and I mean, he was dead. He was dead at 99%, so yeah. He didn't have it.
No, I know.
I was watching his ultimate barrier, or his ultimate meter go up.
But 99 dead.
99
dead. Well,
still, that's a hell of a freaking defense there, and the Grav Dragon sealing the deal. That is what you like to see from a defense. Also, they have come back and tied it up 1-1, Bullskunk. I am excited.
Absolutely. This is what you want to see from a grand finals. This is going to be a close one, folks. We're going to take a quick break. Let everybody get some water. Y'all go hydrate yourselves. We'll see you back here on our assault map in just a few moments. Welcome back to the Console Overwatch Multi-Tier Tournament. This is Bullskunk alongside ChefBilly. We're here in the Tier 4 Grand Finals for Xbox NA, and we're all tied up as we head into King's Row. This has been a heck of a match so far, Billy.
I mean, it's exactly what you want. You want them to fight for it. You want them to battle it out and really decide who's the best here in Tier 4. And, I mean, we're getting what we paid for. At the beginning of the season, we all have really wanted to see, just a knockdown, drag him out fight in the finals, and that's exactly what we're getting. Krazy 88's came out of the gates full steam ahead with the brawly comp, and may have caught Gliding Chimpanzees offhand, but man, coming back to King's Row, they just put on a display that I have not seen here in the MTT in Season 7. That has been one of the major stellar fights of the season, and closing it out there with the Grav Dragons. I mean, all the points lined up for both the defense and the offense, and the defense just had that just little bit of extra
Yeah, I mean that Earth Shatter coming from Gliding Chimps. So you may see that in a top 10 reel down the line somewhere. Spoiler alert, that was fantastic. But I mean, and then at the very end, Krazy 88's just trying to push there to the very beginning of point C. I felt like Zany wanted to just hop behind the cart and start just using the Reinhardt to manually shove that thing. I mean, it was so close. You could see him just racing to try to get it there, but the defense got back just in time, had the ult advantage, and won it out in the end. But man, King's Row was super close. I expect Hanamura to be equally as tight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Squishtaloon had the Death Blossom too and got slept, antied, and murdered out of it. So,
and then the sound barrier, and then the 99 sound barrier. I mean, it was literally 1 degree away, one slight hair away from having that sound barrier available that could have saved his whole team.
That would have flipped the fight.
Yep.
Immediately.
I mean, talk about close. That was a fight of milliseconds and millimeters right there. But
well, yeah. I mean, we're going to see what happens in Hanamura now.
Yes. Let's not waste any more time. Let's head to Japan. I want to see some more of these fantastic teams.
My goodness. I mean, we really want to see how Krazy 88's are going to pounce back now. We saw that Gliding Chimps, picked themselves up by the bootstraps, as it were, and, kind of mirrored the Hinami Ana there in King's Row. So will we see more steady diet of the Egyptian healer here, or are we going to see some more outlandish strats? This is the time to do it. They've had time to prepare. We've been running the same map pool now for about a month, with the breaks and the 1 week break between the regular season and the playoffs. It's been about a month now, so you would think that strats are set, and maybe, going into the finals, they may have decided that they wanted to do something a little different and may have been working on it since they won their semifinals, then had that week off between. So, I mean, they've had the time to prepare. I'm very interested to see what's going to be brought out here by Gliding Chimps on the defense, looking like a little double shield coming out here with a Hanzo Mei and then Ninja going over to the Zenyatta, the Omnic healer. I'm very interested to see what they're going to use. Will the Discord prove to win out over the BAP and Brigitte healing core?
Yeah, they're looking for a ton of damage from the defense. I don't know if they were prepped for this Symmetra strat, though. Oh.
Yep, gonna have to pause right there.
That was a tight one. That was a tight one. That's an unfortunate DC from the defense there.
Yes, and I just saw it happen, and as soon as I saw it, they had not engaged yet into the fight.
Right. They teleported, but I mean, I guess technically the fight hadn't broken out.
Technically. I catch these very quickly when we do this. So, when Zany or when Zazie, sorry, we got 2 Z main tanks here tonight. When we reconnect, it's not the middle of. Yeah.
I trust your judgment, sir. No, it's fine. I stand behind your decision. Fight had not broken out. We'll wait.
We'll wait.
We'll wait for Zany to get back into this thing, and Chimps are going to be at an obvious disadvantage because that was their Reinhardt that fell out there. Quite unfortunate. Krazy 88's already had the position. The rotation had not come through. Gliding Chimps did not look like they were anticipating the Symmetra strategy at all.
So, no, it's okay. Has he come back to the lobby yet?
It looks like he might be.
Yeah, it says that he is in the lobby now. Okay. I want to make sure that Zany is ready.
Absolutely, of course.
Okay, and they are both ready. I'm going to go ahead and pause right this second. So they are going to be up in this. And I mean, it's still advantage to the attacking team here, as this is going to be a massive ball here.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the main tank gone so early, it's going to take some excellent picks from the defense to equalize. Maywall's used early. Incredibly Hero trying to go in, see if he can make something happen, but caught off by that wall, divided from the rest of his team. He cannot last. King Dollar next to go in, see if they can make something happen. Schmido falls. I think King Dollar just trying to buy as much time off the clock as possible, knowing that this first point's inevitable.
Yeah, 6 minutes, 10 seconds, by the way, on the time bank, going into point B here. Unfortunate disconnect coming out of Zazie, the main tank, and they're going to go ahead and keep with this Symmetra as they're getting a ton of value with her.
Teleporting across the gap and then going to the low ground. I like this rotation here from Krazy 88's.
I also like Schmido on this Pharah there, you know, getting to be able to rain hell from above and really get into the shielding of the attackers coming here. I mean, low ground here, you're going to have to get him out or it's going to be game over.
It made life very difficult. Not everybody made it through the teleporter. Wizards and Ninja showing up in the kill feed. The support showing that the DPS not the only one who can find some kills. And the remaining 3 that made it the teleporter found nothing but death waiting for him.
Yep, and I mean, going into the next fight right now, you know, you're going to have Barrage, you're going to have Gravitic Flux, you're going to have Transcendence, and also the Amplification Matrix. Not much online for the attackers. You know, Zany's close to a Shatter. Hinami's going to be able to throw in the Amplification Matrix to kind of counter what Wizards is going to be able to do. And Kai, you know, if you can get the Graviton Surge and get that the Immortality Field out of it, it could be a wipe.
Looking at it for Zany with this Earthshatter as well. The Barrage coming out early. Finds one. Cleaning off the flank, most importantly. Blizzard used at the top of the stairs. And Krazy forced to back right out as both their healers go down.
Yep, but they did invest the 2 ultimates into that. You know, the Barrage and the Blizzard into it. So, you know, you got that one off the board now. And as they're going to go ahead and pursue out into the courtyard here, pushing Krazy 88's back. I like the aggression, you know, not allowing them just to kind of sit up on the high ground and just reconvene up there at their leisure.
Some long distance icicles from Milkoy. I thought might have been trouble for King Dollar there. He was able to ice block up and heal, get back into safety.
Shimino 60% to another Barrage, getting a lot of value on the winged Egyptian flyer, and you're going to have to do something to deal with that. Squishaloon going over to the McCree to deal with her.
Slight advantage to Krazy 88's on the attack as far as ult economy goes. 5-4 on ultimates, including the Blizzard available with the Graviton Surge. Graviton Surge going to hold the defense up on the high ground. King Dollar goes down. Zarya ran on to point. The rest of the team circled from underneath. Offensive Blizzard onto the objective. Transcendence used, as well as an Amp Matrix coming out from the defense. Krazy 88 responds with their Supercharger. They're going to take down Zazie, but they've lost Inferno. They've lost Kai. Incredible Hero caught in a weird spot. They might be able to equalize it. They can get this Sigma down, but no. Zany's going to fall, trying to find that kill. And without the Reinhardt, there's not going to be much staying power for the rest of Krazy.
No, I mean, Hinami was doing a yeoman's job there, trying to, you know, take out everybody on their own. Does get a kill, but ends up losing their life. But I think that was all about gaining ultimate percentage for Krazy 88's there. They do get a tick and a half, though.
Indeed.
So that's another wrinkle to this fight is that, you know, Zany has Shatter available. Hinami still has the Amplification Matrix available, too. So, you know, depending on how they path this and what kind of positioning they can get out of it, Schmido may be able to foil their plans with this Barrage online. King Dollar, Blizzard, almost there.
And sometimes with Hanwara Point B, you just have to buy a ticket at a time and spend a couple ultimates and center them in like a coin slide. Here comes the Barrage from the defense, shielding there. Does pick up one before trading himself out from Milkoy. DPS missing from both sides. Squishaloon takes out Wizards. That's huge. Immortality Field off the table. Now the Deadeye to follow it up finds the other support. No more healing left for the defense. Incredible Hero trying to drop down. Blizzard thrown in from Gliding Chimps, so they try to hold on. Both tanks frozen stiff in that Blizzard. The Counter Shatter comes out, hits everything but the Orisa. Kills coming through as Hanami throws the Amp Matrix from the high ground, able to rain death from above, take advantage of that Shatter, and try to get some more progress going. Second tick picked up as the stall starts to come through from the Gliding Chimpanzees. Oh, the May Ice block too early, and the third tick picked up for free.
I think that was a charge coming in from Zany, and you know, the snap reaction is to block up, and man, that is a decent time bank considering what they came in with. You know, very good stall, very good defense coming out of the Gliding Chimpanzees there. You know, they started with 6 minutes and 10 seconds, and they whittled it down to 147. So now you know what you got to get to continue and kind of extend this map here. Otherwise, it's going to be 2-1 Krazy 88's.
I worried King Dollar did what I tend to do. And you go to jump and ice block at the same time to kind of get onto the objective, but you just ice block too soon.
I think the charge, excuse me, I think that the charge coming from Zany stopped him from going forward.
I think you're exactly right. I think you're exactly right.
And that's what stopped the ice block and the stall from continuing. Good heads-up play from Zany Legend there, the captain of the Krazy 88's. And we're going to see now Hinami going over to the Omnikiller of their own. Transcendence was a big factor in that last map, keeping up the defense. And, I like the Omnikiller. I like the Transcendence. I like the shield break potential as well coming out of the Zenyatta player.
I worry about the Mercy here from Gliding Chimpanzees, but we'll see how it works out for him. I don't know that you're going to get as much value as you might out of a Zen or even a Brig.
Well, and there's a Torbjorn on the field too, so, I mean, the flying is going to be, already harassing him.
Yeah, Torbjorn and the rest of the defense set up on the back left side of the Zen Garden. It looks like the tanks, yep, they're going to push up and grab the high ground, but Incredible Hero goes down. Nice shot from Milkoy, taking the head off the Sigma. Follows it up with a good shot on Schmido, using the dynamite to finish him off. Big 2K from Milkoy here to start things off on the defense.
I'm liking Milkoy's aggression here. It's very measured aggression, using the coach gun to get up and down, changing the eye level of the defender or the attackers here, and they're just putting hell onto Zazzy's shield. It's already down.
The rest of Gliding Chimpanzees forced to make a move. The front half of the split attack going to push on to the objective. That's going to be the Reinhardt and the May. Force a rotation out from the defense, but they catch it beautifully as they pounce onto this, with this shortened attack, this kind of split off flank. And they're going to take it down. They're going to just pounce onto the weak members, one at a time, dissect this offense.
I mean, it was a good idea, doing kind of a split push, going from, the Zen Garden, also from the upper left high ground. I mean, they had the rotations, but man, Squishaloon on the Torbjorn along with Hinami kind of bolstering the right side, even though a Maywall did go up from King Dollar. They met it beautifully, got through the Maywall, and was able to really deny the aggression coming from the Chimpanzees there.
King Dollar swapping over to the Reaper here. 2 minutes, 15 seconds on the clock. Zazzy goes down on the approach. Oh, not a good start. Ooh. Oh, man, a huge flux from Kai. Kai finds 3. Bob used in the midst of that as well. Great hold. Good old rotation coming from Krazy 88's.
My goodness, I didn't think that Kai had caught them there. But, man, not only did they catch it, but they also took care of Ninja's Immortality Barrier before he actually slammed them down to the ground. And that was all she wrote. The Bob in there just to clean up the stragglers.
Ant Matrix coming out. Good halt to pull Gliding Chimpanzees back in the LOS of that. 2 kills immediately come through. Supercharger on the field as well. 150% extra damage available for Krazy 88's, and they make full use of it quickly, sending Chimps back to spawn once again.
Yep, and now Hinami has Transcendence in the pocket. Milkoy is going to have Bob again, probably in this next fight, considering how accurate that he has been on the Southern Belle. Also, you have the Molten Core available to Squishaloon.
King Dollar caught in a weird spot. Somehow managed to survive all this time. Now we get the Ant Matrix from Gliding Chimpanzee. Schmido firing the Storm Arrows through it, picks up the kill onto Zany. And they're going to press on to the point. Molten Core coming out from the defense, finds Wizards. We're back in a 5v5. Oh, yeah, and I was going to say, an Incredible Hero caught in a very weird spot. He was surrounded by the members of Krazy 88's. And Nami, lighting up the kill feed in a big way with Zenyatta.
The big thing there, I mean, other than, just fragging out on the Zenyatta, and, they had the numbers kind of to really get some progress started, but the Molten Core thrown out by Squishaloon, Hinami held on to the Transcendence. 25 seconds left in the time bank, Bullskunk. This is last fight territory.
Chimps coming in with Gravitic Flux to open things up. They have an Earthshatter in their pocket. They're going to throw the Dragons in early as well. That does get the Transcendence out from Hinami. Ninja finds an opening pick. That's good. Zany goes down, but here comes the Gravitic Flux on the other side. Earthshatter came out from the attackers. That found nothing. Schmido does get Nami down, though. Ninja getting into the mix as well. These supports for Gliding Chimps Well, they're doing as much killing as the DPS are at the moment. Zazzy falls, but they do return fire, pick up Inferno, and they're going to pick up this first point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and not a minute or a second too soon. They go ahead and get 3 minutes set back on to the time bank, and they are going to have the ultimate advantage going into this. The snowball potential here is real, as you have the amplification matrix. You can initiate on the sound barrier of Wizards. Dollar's going to have Death Blossom, so they're going to have to watch and see and really hold on to this immortality barrier to really defend against the Death Blossom.
Defense sitting up on the high ground. The attackers just circled around low. Going to push up onto the objective utilizing the stairs and then drop an Ant Matrix onto the point. Ant Matrix able to take Zany down. Defensive Matrix up on the high ground as they're trying to shoot down. Kills traded out, but one-man advantage for the attackers as sound barrier is thrown in from the Chimps. They're going to go ahead and throw a Death Blossom over the point to take care of Inferno Butters. Here comes the Molten Core from the defense, trying to hold on for as long as they can. If they could buy another 20 seconds or so, they'll at least be matching in time. Bob throwing on the point right now. He's holding it down with the Winston of Zany Legend. And attackers, Dragons thrown over, will take out Bob, but does not find any of the heroes. Now the Gravitic Flux comes through from the Gliding Chimps. That's going to pick up two, slam him back down. And Nami and Zany Legend both sent back to spawn. Res available for the Winston. And they're going to chase Chimps right back out despite the kills coming through.
I mean, it was the stall. The stall was real. I mean, watching Kai go over to the Wrecking Ball and Milkoy bringing in the Doomfist. I mean, immediate frags coming out. The Gravitic Flux from Incredible Hero was huge. And I mean, just enough damage mitigation and eat coming out of the heroes there. I mean, it could have gone the way of Gliding Chimps very easily.
Now, Incredible Hero swapping over to the Zarya. Going full brawl. See if they just speed down to the point. Because they're dealing with a dive composition on the defense now. One that has thrown mines all over them. Good immortality field's going to allow the Reinhardt to back out, rejoin his team. And Gliding Chimps opt to go up to the high ground. They're going to chase the Brig from there, but now they've got a Primal Rage to deal with from Zany Legend. That could be dangerous, but there's enough damage put in from the Reaper that Zany's just going to go ahead and back out. He tries to revisit the high ground, but that proves fatal. Though res available here for Krazy 88's.
I mean, 30 seconds left on the time bank, and I mean, the contest is real. You've got to think that this Valkyrie's got to really get a lot of healing into them. Oh, what a shatter!
The Death Blossom in there as well. That's going to pay a big dividend. Sound barrier thrown in from the Chimps to top it off. We do still have a Brig and a Wrecking Ball on point for the defense, stalling things out with 10 seconds on the clock. Dragons thrown in from the far flank as the Wrecking Ball returns from the Chimpanzees. So we're going into a little bit of dive from both sides. The res comes through onto Milkoy. We'll see if the Doomfist with that Meteor Strike can be the difference maker here for Krazy 88's. Milkoy going punching in. Shimido already taken out. Trying to turn his attention onto the Winston, but can't find that one. Throws down the Meteor Strike. Looking for the Lucio returning to the fight. Mine thrown onto the point from Kai. And this defense, they seem like they just don't die. The Gliding Chimps cannot seem to find any kills. They can't close this thing out.
Oh, what a throw from Wizards or from Ninja. My goodness, that immortality barrier was thrown from way downtown. Kept him up for just a second. But man, that is what a freaking defense.
What a defense.
I mean, it should have gone Chip's way at least twice in the middle of that last point there. They had the numbers, they had the time, and I mean, they just wouldn't die. They wouldn't die, and Kai on the Wrecking Ball absolutely creating hell for them. Whew.
I was worried for the defense once they were forced onto the dive comp to come back in and do that retake, and it looked like Gliding Chimps were going to take it right then and there. That initial retake from the defense was massive, and then they maintained control. Chimps making the wise swap, going over to the Zarya, going a little bit more brawly to help deal with it. Reaper was in there as well. And in the end, it still wasn't enough to deal with the dive power.
The Blossom was huge too. I mean, it took out one of the healers, and they still couldn't take it. It was an insane hold. It was an insane map. Once again, we're getting exactly what we thought we were going to get, just back and forth. punch him in the face, and whoever has the last person standing, it seems like, is the one that's going to win these maps.
And it seems to absolutely come down to the last man standing in a lot of these fights, Billy.
Oh. I mean, wow, this is what we look at, and you know, right now, Krazy 88's just has that little bit of something in the back in the gas tank to get them over the edge. You know, an unfortunate inability to throw a sound barrier out one percentage way. I think we would be 3-0 right now, but as it stands, we're now 2-1. Krazy 88's up, and we have a potty break situation here for
That's fine.
Chimps.
We'll take 5. We'll take an impromptu break here. We promise we won't be too long. Y'all don't go anywhere. We're coming right back with Escort. Welcome back. We are headed into Escort here in our Tier 4 Grand Finals between Krazy 88's and Gliding Chimpanzees. Krazy 88's with a 2-1 lead after that narrow victory on Kings Row. Billy, what do you make of Rialto? Do you think it can be the difference maker here?
I mean, it's the Chimps' choice. And opposed to what happened on Kings Row, I think 88's have decided that they want to see the benchmark they have to get to here on Rialto, as this is one of the hardest full capture maps in all of Overwatch. Mm-hmm. And I think that they want to come out and kind of dominate on the defense and really have that benchmark set for them when they go onto the offense.
I think it's a smart play on Rialto. Like you say, such a defensively favored map. And that's the more measured approach, right? I mean, you pick the defense because then once you go on the attack, you can plan how to use your ultimates. You know how to pace yourself throughout your assault. And it was such a defensive favored map, it seems like the smart pick to me.
Yep, absolutely. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and see what Krazy 88's are going to bring out on the defense here. As we go to Italy, we've got, you know, the boopability of the bridge that we have seen some very cheeky stuff. I was actually watching the Tier 4 EU match today and saw the nasty boops coming out from the Lucio player.
Yes, sir.
Look pretty nasty to me. And then, you know, watching, you know, just the full holds coming through. I mean, the aggression has to be there. When you push through the streets phase, you know, the L'Angolo della Morte, the corner of death right here at the Teatro Bel Canto, you know, the Theater of Beautiful Singing. That is
that what
one
that
of the hard. Yes, Teatro Bel Canto means Theater of Beautiful Singing.
Okay.
So I speak a few languages.
Quarterback and I were trying to discuss where the stage was. We knew it was an opera house. And it was kind of the lobby to an opera house, but we're like, where is the stage? Like, do people just stand on the desk and sing?
Right. So I mean, if you're looking at the hotel here, the lobby, the terrace up here, this is the Serene Grand Hotel, La Serenissima, and then you've got the Teatro Bel Canto. So let's see what they bring out on the defense here. You know, double shielded coming out from Krazy 88's. I'm liking it. Also, Squishaloon sticking with the Torbjorn here.
We're going to get a little Ryan Zarya from Gliding Chimps who have moved over to the red jerseys. King Dollar finds first blood, takes Milkway out of the fight early, but goes down to some spheres from Hinami. 5v5 as Chimps enter the courtyard. Still in a bit in the neutral here. Krazy 88's just doing a good job of kiting right now, maintaining that magical 10-meter distance from the Reinhardt.
Indeed, and I mean, the shielding, though, is going down very quickly as the spam damage coming in from Gliding Chimpanzees is really...
Zazzy went down pretty quickly, too, unfortunately for the Chimps, and now their shielding gone. Good news for them. Incredible Hero got a lot of charge on the Zarya, sitting at 98 to be exact. Gets rocked, suddenly down to 40 health, though. Without their shield, I don't know if they're going to be able to push it through, especially now with an Ant Matrix coming out from the defense. That might just seal this thing. Incredible Hero goes down just as Zazzy returns to the fight. Now Zany Legend's getting aggressive on the Orisa, taking the fight right to the Reinhardt. And I think they're going to push this thing back. Yep, there's a nice little exit kill on the Ninja.
I mean, the amplification matrix coming out from Butters there was absolutely crucial because Squishaloon's turret was actually shooting through the Ant Matrix and just freaking havoc with Wizard's shield. Actually lost the shield in the mid fight and had to kite back around to the safety of the team. Now, looking at it, you've got a Deadeye online from Schmido. We know Schmido from the Danny DeVito days. He is a marksman with these Deadeyes. You've got to watch for it.
Woo! King Dollar trying to peek from inside the bank lobby there, and Amy picks his head clean off. Schmido whittled down to 16 health, forced way back, and does not find an opportunity to use that Deadeye just yet. King Dollar will return with those dragons, both support ults online for gliding chimps as they look to push into courtyard, but they're running into 5 ultimates from Krazy 88's.
Indeed, and you've also had a tank line swap, a complete compositional shift coming from the gliding chimpanzees as they go ahead and mirror the double shielding coming out from Krazy 88's, and that's a huge transcendence to deny the damage from that Dragon Strike.
We have both Deadeyes come out. Milkoy won the duel at the OK Corral. Showdown, should I say. Zany Legends winning the duel against Zazzy. And the defense will hold on once the dust clears from all of these ultimates. 4 spent from both sides.
Exactly, and you're looking at a Molten Core and also another Amplification Matrix ready for Inferno Brothers. Going into a Nano Boost, I think you have to maybe either look at the Doomfist or giving Incredible Hero that Nano Boost just to get the last bit of the Gravitic Flux up.
Oh, Schmido getting a little greedy. What was that halt? Zany Legend with a halt from the courtyard pulls Ana off the small flank bridge. Like, what was that halt? That was impressive.
I'm a Donkey Horse main. You know this, Bullskunk. I am an Orisa main, and they just threw away the Nano Boost.
What? Oh, they did. Why? Oh, to go to a Mercy at that. And I think Mercy's in a very difficult spot. It's to pocket Schmido on this Echo, but the Echo doesn't utilize the same sustained healing like a Pharah does in the Pharmacy combo. Schmido gets picked off immediately. Milko gets res, and Milkoy follows up with a Deadeye and takes Schmido out again. Molten Core thrown into the mix from the defense. Amp Matrix invested as well, and they're going to hold gliding chimps at this corner yet again. And the time is starting to dwindle down. Nothing left. No room to work for gliding chimpanzees, and this is looking like a full hole from Krazy 88's.
Indeed, here comes the Transcendence and the Gravitic Flux coming out from Kai and from Hinami, respectively. That's going to go ahead and burn this down. 81 meters. That's it. That is a massive defense being shown by Krazy 88's there.
Big hole.
Condition set.
Big
81.74. I mean, being able to take Zazzy off of the Reinhardt, the value was there. The healing just couldn't keep up with all the aggression being shown from Krazy 88's there, and making them switch compositionally halfway through their attack phase. That is a blow to the psyche if I've ever seen one. And they just never got their foot back.
The Echo swap, like that one baffled me a little bit. I don't know if they were just, throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks, but that was a little off for me, especially throwing away the Nano Boost that they could have utilized to really open that thing up.
Like I said, they could have thrown the Nano Boost onto Incredible Hero, and he would have had the Gravitic Flux, a nanoed Gravitic Flux at that. It could have really opened up the map for them. I'm scratching my head why Ninja would swap over to the Zenyatta at that point. It was just. Oof.
Yeah, I think it was a Mercy swap to pocket the Echo.
Yeah, Wizards went to Mercy to pocket the Echo, and I think getting that pull and killing that across the courtyard pull onto Ninja holding the Nano in pocket. I think they just said, screw it, we're gonna go do something different.
I don't think I've ever seen that halt there. That was a brilliant halt. I was like, wait a minute, where was Zany Legends positioned? How far did he throw that thing? That was a sight to behold.
Indeed, Squishaloon on the Tracer in the back line just harassing.
Yeah, already doing work as the rest of the team pushes across the bridge, makes it around the first corner. Immortality Field already thrown out from the defense, so Krazy 88's that pretty much free to push forward here as far as that regard. Fortify used early from Zany, and now the cooldown looking like they're going to favor the defensive team, but Zany with the later shield, they might be able to push in here. Nope, getting checked by the defense. Gliding Chimps so far doing a good job of holding them in place.
Indeed, I mean, Squishaloon right now is going to be the difference maker, I believe, and gets domed by Ninja on the Zenyatta. That is a pivotal pick coming from the Omnic Healer. Immortality Barrier already out and gone. This is going to be a bit of a struggle here, I think. You know, the ultimate advantage right now, Infernal Butters has the Amp Matrix. I think you throw it out here, you start destroying the shields, and you push in with Squishaloon coming up very close. Well, Squishaloon swaps over to the Hanzo. Maybe a little more shield break potential here.
Yeah, they're just going to put pressure on the front line, and the Hanzo will be able to take advantage of this Ant Matrix that's going to come out immediately, although he's working the flank angle now. It's going to be Milkoy firing through, getting that double damage. Squishaloon working the flank angles, great effect, finding 2 kills, devaluing the Ant Matrix from Gliding Chimpanzees, forcing Transcendence out early. Gravitic Flux invested from the defense as well. That's going to get Hinami's Transcendence on the battlefield. Supercharger thrown in, gets taken out immediately. Zazzy falls right alongside it. Incredible Hero kind of, well, trying to be an Incredible Hero on this point, but cannot survive the insurmountable odds. And the 4 remaining members of Krazy 88's, they're going to usher this thing right on home. Shimito, he's not going to be able to stall it out. The Wrecking Ball, let's see if he can.
I mean, he's already gotten the Discord Orb onto him, and I mean, I'll take it out. Now Zazzy coming in with the Reinhardt to maybe stabilize here.
Woo, a 3-man flux. Milkoy throws the dynamite right into the pack of people that were all lifted into the air. What a beautiful play. Krazy 88's closing Rialto out in style.
Oh my goodness. And I thought, you know, the Supercharger, and I mean, they picked up 3. Hinami using the Transcendence to keep the remaining 3 on the point, and then they just started going into Psycho mode and taking out the members of Gliding Chimpanzees. And I mean, just Milkoy using the dynamite to perfection in the middle of that. The spam damage coming out and just the follow through. It was a push like I haven't seen for a while. Look at that, lighting up the screen with the dynamite and the Supercharger and the halt all combined. Just absolutely perfectly played.
Perfectly played. That was the dynamite into the flux. Like, that was the lift and pop. I don't know. What are we calling that? Fireworks? Like, that's the fireworks show? Fire them up into the air and they go boom. Like,
Yep. We're going to go to Control next.
Indeed.
For map 5. Just having a question there from Mods Thunders, confirming where we are going to go next with his next map choice.
And
I think Krazy 88's picked the right thing. They're going on the defense.
Absolutely, they did. I mean, especially once you see the full hold, you're validated. Then you know, as the attackers, you know exactly how to use your ultimates. You know where you've got to push it. You feel extremely validated in your choice if you're Krazy 88's right now, because you're headed into map 5 with a 3-1 lead, match point to take the T4 crown.
It's championship point.
It's championship point. It is championship point. Billy, you are so right. You are so right.
Oh my gosh, we haven't used that yet. Oh my gosh, like really? No, it's championship point. We're going to Busan.
Busan. Your choices were Ilios or Busan, as we had played Lijiang in map 1.
Whew. I'm expecting some fire coming out here from Gliding Chimps, though. I think they're pissed.
You think
I don't
so?
know. Yes, I absolutely do. I think they're ticked. I think they're ready to come back and storm back and make it 3-2.
I hope you're right. I hope they come back fired up and looking to just storm right back into this thing. There's no rolling over and dying here. There's no crying in baseball. I mean, Overwatch.
I love it. I love it. No swaps here. They're both raring to go. So I'm going to go ahead and send us into Busan right this instant.
Whoa. Okay. I'm not ready yet.
Oh, you're not ready yet. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead.
You're fine. Let it go. Let it go.
I mean, I was just excited to get into the next map.
I can tell. There's a couple things I got to change for production side, okay?
I have not had a Billy moment for quite a while.
Oh, you're fine. Let it roll. Let it roll. Let's just do this thing.
And I mean, I get excited. I mean, we are both such fans, not only of Overwatch, but also of the people that we have gotten to know over these past 3 months. You know, considering breaks and stuff. We've been at this for about 13 weeks now, and we've gotten to know a lot of these players by their signature characters and signature moves and where teams like to go and kind of, you know, the strategies and the compositions they like to run out here. I'm digging the Hinami Zenyatta right now. not to be outdone by Ninja's Zenyatta as well. I mean, I have seen so much work from the healing course tonight. You got to give it up to both the support cores, both for Gliding Chimps and for Krazy 88's. But championship point.
Here we go. Busan is underway. Double shield coming out from Krazy 88's. And Emmy picking up first blood. Milkoy goes down as well. No more Cowboy from either side, as both teams look to clash right around the turtle drum. Good halts from both sides, but the follow-up not quite there. Does look like cooldowns were used from Krazy 88's. Another halt coming through as their shields start to crack. Later shields coming from Chimps, and they're going to be able to push forward. I thought indeed they were winning that cooldown war, and they're going to find the kills as a result of it. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, and a couple of melee kills there. Also, you know, really going to boost the psyche of Gliding Chimps here as they take control here on the control map. Also, the ultimate battle right now, firmly in control for Gliding Chimpanzees.
Indeed, 20% on the board and counting. Keeping a close eye on Incredible on that Sigma with that Gravitic Flux. King Dollar close to that Molten Core. Shimino finds first blood, takes Hineme out of the fight. No more Zenyatta, who's only 19% towards Transcendence, and, well, slowing that progress down by quite a bit. Gravitic Flux online, ready to go. Hero uses his grass, has got 675 health, drops the Flux into the mix, finds 2 kills. See if he can get the third on the opposing Sigma, finds it with a nice melee, left jab to the chin, and Kai goes down.
Yep, and I think, you know, better part of Valor there, Squishaloon running for the hills, and now you've got a bloodthirsty Zenyatta and X Ninja on the right-hand flank, taking aim at Squishaloon.
Yeah, 2 Cowboys shooting it out a little bit. Melkoy's just going to back out of that duel. Decide to rejoin Kai, push towards the middle, see if they can retake the turtle drum. And Matrix throw it out. Molten Core coming out from Chimps to counter back. Deadeye throw it into the mix. Might get 2, at least gets 1. Woo, that was a microsecond for picking up 2 kills with that. Milkoy does eventually fall, but Kai and Hinami right there to clean up the remaining members of the Chimpanzees.
Indeed, but 84%, I mean, this is going to be last fight territory from this point on as you look at what is on the table for Krazy 88's. Nothing much in the way of ultimates. You know, Bob may be coming up online depending on how accurate Squishaloon is. Hinami's going to have this this Transcendence to not only defend against the Supercharger, but if an Incredible Hero keeps getting these Halt Rock combos, it's going to be real fast aggression.
Both teams
just like that.
Yeah. Both teams for going to McCree. Shimino going over to the Hanzo. Squish finds a kill with the Ash. Supercharger thrown down from the Chimpanzees. They try to retake this 5v6. Incredible Hero will equal the balance here and then throw the Gravitic Flux into the mix. Transcendence right there from Unami. There's going to be no kills from that Flux. Bob coming in to try to help Krazy 88 maintain control here as they must win every fight if they want to take this map. Unami finds a kill, but the opposing Zenyatta getting into the mix as well, remaining the 7th man. Incredible Hero utilizing that amplification matrix finds 2 kills. And that's going to allow Chimps to storm over the point. They're going to flip this thing back. Can Krazy 88's come back and touch?
I mean, I would hope so. I mean, Milkoy's coming up close onto on the Molten Core. Kai is going to be able to maybe touch with the aerial movement of the Gravitic Flux. So you've got to look at it from the right side here.
Yep, Kai working this flank angle. Is going to throw the Flux into the mix. Flux finds 4. Can he get the amp matrix down? He does! Oh, that was huge! That was huge. What a big Flux coming through from Kai. As the entirety of Chimps just gets smashed back into spawn.
They never saw it coming either. They were all focused on the turtle drum itself. Kai getting a right-hand flank and just picking up everybody. The immortality barrier destroyed right before the slam down came, and that was absolutely freaking huge, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we like to see. There's no quit from Krazy 88's right now.
Oh, no. No, both of these teams, they are not going down without fight. Leave everything on the battlefield as we are absolutely in final fight territory. Start things off here on Sanctuary. Schmido finds good kills. Going to toss the Dragons into the mix. Dragons get 2! Molten Core thrown onto the point from the Gliding Chimpanzees as well as Dollar! Dollar gets a hammer kill on the board. Follows it up with a kill onto Milkoi. Give him a wave, King Dollar. You've earned it, my friend.
Oh my goodness, that's as close as you like. My poor stomach is going to have ulcers right now. I mean, that's you dueling molten cores onto the point, and looking at Zenyatta and a hammer kill to boot. You can't ask for anything better. That is what we like to see. Matt, Busan is a battleground. South Korea is not the place for lovers today, ladies and gentlemen.
Nope. There's not going to be a whole lot of dancing and karaoke here in Busan today. The Torbjorn. That was fantastic.
Just the fact that they both got it out.
I like how Torb has 3 little crowns tattooed on his arm. I wonder if that's how many hammer kills he's gotten.
It's actually the emblem of Sweden.
Is it really? Nice.
It is.
Nice. That's right. He's using the Swedish skin. Thank you. Look at that. Look at you. Teach me something every day, Billy.
Kröniga here to Ferdinand.
That's the Swedish chef.
Borski board.
Fun fact, the Swedish chef does not actually speak Swedish. All right, teams clashing over the point. Maywall to split off Chimpanzees from their healers, but there's enough of a gap there where they're going to find their way onto the objective. Nevertheless, Milkoi getting that Ice Blaster down, freezing up the front line solid. And that's going to enable Krazy 88's to take first control here.
Yeah, and Hinami bringing out the Moira again that we saw on Li Zhang that was working to such great effect, taking care of Schmido. Schmido's going to bring out the Pharah again. We saw it happen before. Schmido got really owned by Kai and Hinami, but Kai is not on the Zarya this time, so maybe nothing to check it.
And I feel like this is a much better map for the Pharah. A lot more room to work, a lot more places to hide. As right now, Schmido is just absolutely corralling Krazy 88's into that tiny corner. They're going to use the 3-man shatter to try to escape that. Coalescence thrown in as well. 2 kills coming through on the back of that shatter. Schmido can fire rockets down all he likes, but he has no reinforcements left on the ground. Squishaloon making a big part of that, making his presence known on that Reaper.
Oh my gosh, Kai on this Sigma right now.
Taking the Mercy out.
Got a rock into her dome from the backside, and then taking hyperspheres also into said backside and going bye-bye.
Like, I don't need to go for the Pharah, just kill the Mercy. Big brain play coming from the Sigma, who now is 75% to the Gravitic Phlox. Blizzard online for Krazy 88's, as they have 70% to 0 here on downtown. Schmido does have that barrage ready to go. He's trying to put some pressure down on the Reaper. He's going to force out Wraith form. Now free to turn the attention to the front line. Krazy 88's caught in a tiny room, and here comes the barrage. It was a little too far out, but back down on the front line. Yeah, Blizzard gets eaten. Kai goes down, and Incredible Hero's going to respond to the Gravitic Flux of their own. Chimps find a kill on the back of that, but Squishaloon! They've got to deal with this Reaper, and right now Squish is running away with this thing. Even the Pharah can't seem to kill this Reaper, who was whittled down so low, she was forced back into the skies. Overtime Wick starting to burn. Good attempt here from the Chimps, but so far, Squishaloon indomitable here on the Edgelord. I cursed you, buddy.
But there goes a Gravitic Flux coming out. Molten Core on the point right now. Gonna really section off where they can go. But man, I don't know if anybody's gonna be able to get back in touch.
Nah, Chimps had to go to the Winston just to get in and make a presence. Coalescence there to burn him down.
Oh, Hinami taking the dive off onto the train tracks there as a bit of a victory celebration. You hate to see it, but also fun for everybody to watch out there. Mecha Base now. We are on Championship Point, just to remind everybody out there watching us on Twitch here on CGL1 in the 7th iteration of the multi-tier tournament for Console Gaming League. It's all the dice right here. Chimps have to win this map, or it's a game over. Championship Point, and they would be set packing should they lose here. So I'm looking at the Brawl. Oh my goodness, the Brawl versus Double Shield. We saw them win out on Li Zhang Tower with this Brawl versus Double Shield.
Absolutely. Krazy 88 strong in this. Milkoi back to that Doomfist. Oh, so deadly on the punching hero as he leaps into the back. Gets a nice uppercut down. Sid's Incredible Hero off down to the lower level. And then the rest of Krazy 88's first are free to turn their attention to the front line of the chimpanzees as the Sigma just can do nothing but watch from afar. Now Milkoi is going to go back and pick up the point as Krazy 88's in full control of the map despite not picking up any kills just yet.
It's incredible. You know, the pressure being put on by this brawl comp coming out of Krazy 88's right now. The Sigma is going to be really held in check, especially if Zany keeps the shield health up and the bubble management from Kai is there. They're going to have their work cut out for them.
Coalescence used from the chimpanzees to try to escape from this narrow choke. We're going to get one in response from Krazy 88 to hold him back in place. Milko is going to throw the meteor strike down, trades himself, gets the McCree, but he loses his life in the process. 80 Legends get into the mix, just goes in swinging. He's got that Coalescence there to keep him alive, able to find 3 kills with the Reinhardt.
Yep, and Squishaloon putting in a lot of work there on the tanks, really enabling Zany to be able to just swing away. Hinami putting out the massive healing butters, you know, amping up the heals is needed. Also really giving the mobility to the tank line. I think that's one of the bigger questions or bigger points here is that the mobility of the tank line is huge. There comes a Graviton Surge out from Kai.
And Zany, once again, free to just go swing that championship trophy into the mix. One that looking to be quite prophetic here as Krazy 88's on track to take the Tier 4 trophy home. We did get a swap prior to that engagement from the Chimps going back to the Brawl composition. Now they're very behind in the ult economy. We'll be looking at King Dollar and this Death Blossom to see if it can be the difference maker. I think Chimps have one last shot here in this series.
Yep, and they are aggressing underneath. They're going to go ahead and take the battle to the point as they should, but they're going to have a sound barrier to contend with.
Here goes King Dollar using that Wraith form to get in. Here comes the Death Blossom, but the sound barrier is there. Squishaloon nevertheless can't survive. Shmito falls. Both teams missing a DPS. Milkoi getting into the mix, takes down the Moira on the other side. Sustain missing here for the Chimps. If they're going to want to win this one, they're going to have to win it now. And they're losing members left and right. Krazy 88's cleaning up. They can smell victory. Zany holding the trophy in his hand, and now he can rightfully raise it and claim himself the king of T4 main tanks. Krazy 88's are your champions.
Holy crap, ladies and gentlemen, that is how you close out a championship. 3rd map on the 5th map of the night. And man, Zany Legends just swinging away for the fences. Nothing to be done. The main tank battle is absolutely secured. Zany, my goodness, this is a prophetic performance coming out of the main tank for Krazy 88's. Congratulations to Krazy 88's, your Tier 4 champions of Season 7 here in the Console Gaming League Multi-Tier Tournament.
Woo-wee. That was a heck of a showing from Krazy 88's. Faltered a little bit there on King's Row, but just barely. I mean, 4-1 score line, but every map was super close. Hats off to Gliding Chimps. So it's one heck of a performance they put up. But Krazy 88's championship caliber here today.
I mean, it could have so easily been 4-3.
Yeah.
So easily. Both sides, just what a freaking fantastic performance. But, you know, just that little bit more. Just that little bit more coming out of Krazy 88's. The compositions were always on point. The healing was really on point. And, you know, it's time to crown a championship MVP, Bullskunk.
Ooh. And, I mean, this is going to be a tough one. I'm really leaning towards the off-take. Yeah, I'm really leaning towards Kai. Looking back at my notes, I think Kai is going to have to take it, enabling the main tank to move in and get in the mix as much as possible. The main tanks are very evenly matched up. DPS seem pretty evenly matched up here today. I think Kai on that flex tank, on the Sigma in particular, also on the Zarya, gets the MVP vote from me.
I will go ahead and second that. The Gravitic Flux to stop the aggression on Hanamura, the 3K Gravitic Flux, and then getting the 2 extra exit kills out of it, really denying that push coming from Gliding Chimps there. I think that was the pivotal moment of this matchup. Because I think that if Gliding Chimps had gotten more time in the time bank, I think that they would have won Hanamura hands down.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm really looking at. And I mean, just great play all night from the off tank from Krazy 88's Kai, your Tier 4 championship game MVP.
Oh man, exciting match indeed. We really appreciate y'all hanging out with us here. It's been such a privilege and an honor getting to bring you these matches throughout the spring 2020 season here of the multi-tier tournament. Whew, I can't believe we're almost done. It brings a little tear to my eye, Billy. But I hope that this next day is equally as exciting. Tier 5 grand finals going on over on Joker's channel, if that one's still continuing.
I'm gonna take a peek.
What's that?
I'm gonna take a peek.
Yeah, see if we get an update from the Tier 5. In the meantime, just to let you know, we will have the Tier 2 Grand Finals going on my channel tomorrow, or Tier 3, excuse me. Tier 3 Grand Finals going on tomorrow over on my channel over at Bullskunk. So we hope to see y'all there. We'll have Tier 6 going on right here on CGL1. So a lot of exciting Overwatch still coming at you here from the Xbox NA division. Man, I hope they're all as exciting as this match.
We need to go raid him because it's 3-3 in the Tier 5 matchup, and they're going to either Havana or Route 66, map 7.
All right, we'll go check that out. If I've got a mod here for the CGL1 channel, y'all put up a raid and a host over there for Joker's Ransom. Let's go see if we can watch the end of this T5 matchup. I won't keep y'all any longer. I want to go see this myself. Y'all remember to have a wonderful night. Look out for each other in-game and out. Here, we'll get a quick little skunk dog sighting just to satisfy you. That's my pop dog. And that's it. We're going to bid you adieu. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye, y'all. Love ya.